I'm back with another Bourne review leading up to Jason Bourne that I will be giving you tonight with two guest stars. So that'll be exciting. But for this one, we're doing Bourne Ultimatum. Now, it's hard to say this for normal movies. It's hard to say that the third film in the franchise might be the best. You know? Because, there's a lot of good sequels out there. You just may have to stretch to find it, but there's a lot, and so that's why I wasn't surprised that Bourne Supremacy was good, but the fact that Bourne Ultimatum was just this incredible blew me away because it's hard to find third installments that are good because they get tedious, they get boring after a while, and it's like the same thing. And it's like that's what happened in Fast and Furious till they pretty much rebooted it 5, 6, and 7, and they've made it good again. It was like 1 was good, and then it was like 2 and 3 and 4 was like, it's the same old thing, I just don't like this. And then they changed it up and added stuff, and that's like what made those so good. And like this, it's like it's funny because in a way, it's kind of they're all kind of like the same movies, but in a way they're not. It's a like I said, it's like the perfect trilogy. You have Bourne Identity, which is your great character piece about Jason Bourne. You're learning about him. You first get introduced to him. You first discover that he has amnesia and stuff. And then you've got Bourne Supremacy, which is more of a thriller where people are chasing after him because he's starting to have memories of his first killing and all this stuff, and it's a chase 'em type of thriller. And then Bourne Ultimatum is literally straight up action. This is an action movie. This film is just like you don't even get to take a break. If you blink, you miss something. It's like it takes place approximately like 10 minutes like like at the end of Bourne Supremacy. So he already was just already so damaged and beaten up and badly wounded from his last shenanigans in Bourne Supremacy. And this time in Bourne Ultimatum, he just keeps doing his thing, and it's non-stop. There's an epic action sequence at the beginning of this film that happens, and then whenever you first see it, you're like, okay, nice. So we're probably gonna have time to take a break, and then it's like, oh my gosh! And then there's another just intense scene, and it just stretches out, and there's more and more and more and more and more and more, and it is just filled with action, and some of the best that we've seen in the franchise so far. Paul Greengrass, who is the director of Bourne Supremacy, took it's like I said in my Bourne Supremacy review. Bourne Supremacy doubled everything that Bourne Identity did. This tripled everything for the franchise. I wouldn't say that this was more of like an emotional movie as much as what Supremacy was, but he tripled all the action sequences. Like Supremacy still has the best car chase sequence, but this has the best, most intense fist on fist fight scene I have ever seen. In any movie. It's bone crunching, it's loud, the use of the sound editing, and his this film was like Bourne Supremacy. You could tell you watched it and okay, this is a nice new director because he didn't do much around that time. And this one, you could tell he was growing as a film director. He used the shaky cam, which all the shaky cam, I'm one to hate on it. Okay, I hate shaky cam lots of times. It makes me sick. I just don't like the way it's done and executed most of the time. But Paul Greengrass makes it an art. He makes it part of the action, part of the experience. of these movies. People now go to these movies hoping for a shaky cam action sequence. That's how crazy it is. And he is has upped it like 3 notches, or maybe more, in this one, because like while Supremacy, the reason that didn't have the best fist on fist fight scene is because the cam was shaky, but it's so still hard to see. It was like shaking everywhere, and they're just like, "Oh, okay, what is happening? I can't see." This one, he shakes it, but there's a way to where like you can almost tell most of what's happening, and it like almost goes along with the fighting style. And so it works perfectly for this film. Everything works perfectly for this film. Um, this is all around to me just one of the best Bourne films. So you have Paul Greengrass coming back doing his amazing job in the director's chair. You have Matt Damon reprising his role as Jason Bourne, who was born to play this role, pun intended. And then you have Julia Stiles coming back, who she's been in all these, but this one she has more of like a bigger role. And what I love about this, this is just a mild spoiler. It's not like, I mean, it's not really a spoiler, I guess. But there's a scene that if you don't want to hear about the scene, then just fast forward just this quick part. But there's a scene where they're talking, and what I liked about this is this one, Paul Greengrass just acknowledged this is an action spy movie. He didn't want to make romance the center of it. He didn't want to have too much drama as the center of it. There is some drama, and I'll get to that in a second. But the but like there was like no romance. There's only one scene where you realize Julia Stiles and him had something that like worked together at some point, but he just doesn't remember it because it was Jason Bourne. She literally just mentions it once, and then that's it, and the rest is just action, like the best kind of action. And then once you reach the end, this film is about Bourne finally discovering himself. He's having flashbacks of him being recruited and all this stuff, and joining this this force that of that the CIA is making him do or Treadstone. That was it. Of him joining Treadstone and all this stuff, and you find out that he volunteered, and all this emotional stuff is happening towards the end of the film that just really impacts it even more. You're on the edge of your seat this entire film from start to finish. You're like hanging loosely on the edge of your seat, and then once you reach that point, you're like, oh, this is for real. This is like, it's like shit is about to get down, because like he's meeting the man who made him into what he was, and he's pretty much discussing and telling him how he became Jason Bourne, and Jason Bourne starts remembering everything. That's why this next Bourne movie he remembers everything, is because he starts remembering everything towards the very end of this film. And but guys, this one is, to me, I think remains the best Bourne film in the franchise. They're all like 10s for me. I love them all. This one, so good. Writing, directing, acting, everyone did a great job. This film, if you have not seen it, go check it out. Please, watch it. Just watch it. Watch all the Bourne movies. They're all good. Guys, just check them out. Anyways, in a few hours, let's see, in about 2 hours, or 3. Yeah, 3 hours. I'm going to see the new Jason Bourne movie, and I'm so pumped. I know I've heard it's gotten some mixed reviews here and there, but I don't care. I'm going to see it and I'm going to give you my opinion. So, um, I will be giving you that review tonight and then uploading it tomorrow. But stay tuned for that. All right. I also have some more reviews coming and a big surprise that I'm sure you won't see coming. So subscribe to this channel in order to get all of your movie fix and to get all of your if you're a movie lover or anything, just subscribe to this channel, get your friends subscribed. Love all you guys. Hope you guys enjoyed all my Bourne reviews. There's one more coming, and then that'll be it for the Bourne reviews. But there will be more, so stay tuned for that, guys. Love you all. Good night.